What's up, Toy Fam? And welcome to Throwback Thursday here on the Totally Cool channel. Yep, we're done with the Silverhawks. Yeah, we are. We're still looking for the two others that slipped through our grasp, but that's gonna come later. For now, I'm really excited. Can you tell I'm excited? Because I really am. Now, you've seen this backdrop for quite a few episodes now. This has been our studio. We'll do a quick toy tour sometime soon. We've been trying to do that, but we just didn't have the time. You know, you got to keep the day job. This is not really what puts food on the table, but this is just the fun side of getting away from the whole thing. So, we're excited because... not because we just left the Silverhawks. That's, that was going to happen eventually. But let me tell you a story about how things got out of hand. When I started this collection, I only thought I was going to stick to Transformers. Okay, stick to Transformers because I only had one Transformer when I was a kid. And the rest were GoBots. And then I had some G.I. Joes. But before that, when my dad was working out of the country, we were able to collect the Masters of the Universe. Unfortunately, something happened, tragedy, fire burned our house down, together with all my toys. So this is probably me trying to relive that day, or those days when I had a lot of toys. Unfortunately, Masters of the Universe got really, really expensive. So when I was starting to grow up and still stay in the toy zone, G.I. Joe was coming out of the woodwork. And G.I. Joe was starting to become the more famous toy line after Transformers. Not as complicated as Transformers, and not as expensive too. They came out with a 3.75 inch action figures that, would have so many different accessories. Then they came out with the vehicles and just caught my imagination, blew my mind. Now, when I started collecting Transformers a few years ago, somebody sold me their Masterpiece 10 Optimus Prime from the Hasbro exclusive, or the Toys R Us exclusive. And I asked him, why are you selling this at a very low price? And he said, that's because I'm moving to G.I. Joe Classified. I was like, what a wimp. Why are you selling this for G.I. Joes? I didn't know that G.I. Joes came in 6 inches. Not the 3.75 itty bitty ones. They came in full-sized 6-inch figures. And then somebody from my office said, you should take a look at this. And I did. And now this. It's down the rabbit hole we went. And then we have G.I. Joes. And now we have Marvel Legends, we have Iron Man, we have quite a lot. So it was Transformers and then eventually the G.I. Joes. So, that was a long story, but just want to give you a little perspective, a little background on why I'm so excited, because I've never opened the G.I. Joe for my collection ever until today. And I'm doing that with you because you guys are special, and I love the fact that you've stayed on with us and continue to support this channel. Don't forget, do all that itty-bitty stuff, like, subscribe, and stuff. I'll remind you later. For now, for this episode, we are going to do a G.I. Joe Classified, and we're going to do that for the next maybe 6 to 8 episodes. Maybe we'll even get a look at the Hiss Tank or the Dragonfly. Yep, we have them in the collection, and we've actually even ordered the Rattler. Now, the Rattler is something that I had good memories of because that was the only G.I. Joe vehicle I had. And I shared it with my brother, okay, who now has a very small G.I. Joe collection himself. So for this episode, I'm not sure. Are we going to do G.I. Joe or are we going to do Cobra? I've always been fascinated with Cobra. So let's hit it big. Let's go big. Let's go with Cobra. And let's do it with none other than the used to be the second in command of Cobra Commander, Destro. Now these other figures here, they're G.I. Joe, so we don't want to put them on the same side of the table because they might fight with each other. So this is a special release of Destro called Prophet Director Destro. Am I right? Did I say that right? Prophet Director Destro. There it is. Prophet Director Destro. And I know you know, some people would like to go numerical with this, meaning go from number 1 up to the last one we got. But I want to just go mix and match everything. Just go get nuts, you know, go crazy. So we have Prophet Director Destro, who is absolutely different from the Destro that you are familiar with in the animation. But before we open him up, let's do a box review. This is a very nice box, by the way. It has it's more of cartoonish Destro drawing. Okay. At the top, it has the Cobra emblem in gold, not red. It's in gold. Okay. It still has the plastic window. On the left has a bigger version of the Prophet Destro, Prophet Director Destro, and this one's got some sunglasses. Okay, there's shades. Chill Villain Destro. On the left, on the right side says number 15. Now what I like about this box is it's got the gold accent. It says number 15, all gold accent. The G.I. Joe emblem or logo. Nice. On the back is also very interesting, but it's got a nice mural. Is it a mural? I don't know. It's got a lot of different accents. It even has, what do you call this? Something that you might say as a premonition or a preview of what may come in the future. All right. So you've got the Baroness. You've got, I'll put their characters or their names there. Baroness, you've got Roadblock, you've got Snake Eyes, you've got Duke, you've got Scarlet, you've got the original Destro, you've got Cobra Commander, and you've got a whole swamp of vehicles. A few of them have actually been released, like the His Tank. Where's the His Tank? I don't see the His Tank here, but I do see the Dragonfly. The Dragonfly is there, and the Dragonfly is over there, and no, the His Tank is over there. So 2 out of all the vehicles here, you've got the Bubble Trouble something. We have 2 of those. And you got the Awe Striker, not the Awe Striker, but a few of the actual vehicles. So I'm pretty excited to get deep into this collection. In the meantime, let's focus on this guy, Prophet Director Destro. Okay? Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. We're going to open it up. Okay? Let's open him up from top or bottom? Top. Okay. 2 slits of tape. And okay. It hurts. But we gotta do it for our subscribers. All right. Okay, something fell. And, oh, okay. Okay, just like the Marvel Legends, I won't. Okay, there we go. I'm supposed to go there. All right. Okay, how is it different from the original Destro? Clearly, this one's got a golden head. Destro has a silver head. We're going to show him in a few episodes from now, but this one has gold everything, all right? Even has a golden suitcase. But he's got a lot of accessories. So let's do them one by one before we get to the actual figure. Okay. Do them one by one. There's the gold suitcase. It doesn't stand. It's got the Cobra symbol. Imagine having a suitcase like this or a briefcase like this at the airport. Oh, I can't find my briefcase. It's the only one with a huge Cobra logo. Can't miss it, man. Can't miss it. Can't miss it. Who are you kidding? Okay, this one's got some tape on it. It's a gold, looks like a revolver, but Looks like it's a gold pistol. It's a gold pistol. When you're too rich to use regular pistols. Okay? This one is a wad of cash in flames. Nothing says real money than burning money. That's literally burning through cash. All right? And then you've got, okay, let's take the figure out because you can't take these other accessories without the figure. Come on, Destro. Okay. This one seems to just want to come out. This is his sunglasses. Okay. Purple and garish. Okay. He easily comes out. There's no twist ties or whatever. Okay. Pretty stable figure. There is already a very distinct difference from the real Destro. The red and black is not there. It's got the leopard print. Is it leopard or is it yeah, it's leopard print or cheetah. Oh, it's more leopard. The leopard print on the inner collar and the leopard print on the side of the thighs like his leotards. Okay. I mean, this is the first G.I. Joe I've had in my hand after collecting G.I. Joes for the past couple of years. And it's a pretty solid figure right off the bat. I mean, in my hand, it's just really solid. Okay? Let's do an articulation review before we take out the cape. Because, I mean, that's going to be a whole new different discussion. So do a left turn and then a right turn. I mean, the face does have a lot of character. Okay? It doesn't go up because it just doesn't, okay? Because the back of the neck hits the peg of the neck. The back of the head hits the peg of the neck. Now, shoulders all the way out. All the way out. Nice. You have the bicep twist, just like other Marvel Legends. And you've got the double hinged elbow. Okay. Now, it's got the pins, which I don't like. It's got the pins, but they're trying to hide it pretty well with the color and with the different accessories. But this one's pretty obvious. It's like there's a pinhole on the glove. On the glove. Okay. The wrist turns. There's not much bend to it. Not like the Marvel Legends. Okay. Why do we keep comparing them to the Marvel Legends? Because they're the same size. They're probably the same mold. They use a different same style. Okay. Now it has an ab crunch, a very visible ab crunch, and a waist twist. Okay, a waist twist, and the belt does not follow. Okay, waist twist. Now on the right side, it has its holster. So I would assume it doesn't move much, but the left leg can move forward pretty well and back and and he can do his split. Okay. Now the belt, you can't take it off. Okay, you can't take the belt off because it's also latched to the thigh holster. Okay. It's got a thigh twist, I think. There we go. It turns inside out and outside in. Okay. So this one's pretty limited, although the thigh can still turn. Okay? It just leaves the holster. The knees are also double jointed. Double jointed knees. There we go. Okay? So it can go all the way up like he's doing hopscotch. And then you've got the feet turning, and also flexing. Okay? Now, the fun in the G.I. Joes, and this is something that I just saw, and I'm just now experiencing, is in the accessories, okay? Let's look at his main accessory, which is his cape. Stand up, Destro. Stand up, there we go. His cape is pretty flamboyant, if you ask me. It's like Destro went Liberace or Elton John, if you know those guys. So his cape goes on like so. Okay. Pretty flashy. For a guy with a gold head, and you think it can't get too far, it can't get too much, it can't get even over any more over the top, it does. Okay, the orange inner cape and the leopard, it's not just leopard print, guys, it's leopard fur, because you can see the leopard tail and paws. So I mean, apologies to environmentalists and animal lovers, animal rights activists out there. I mean, no leopards were killed or harmed in doing this video, but this is supposedly a leopard skinned, and the fur used as an outer cape. Okay, so that's his main accessory. It doesn't fit all the way in, or does it? I think it does. There you go. It's nice. You just have to lock it into the collar, okay, and it stays in place. Now with that, it doesn't. It limits the movement of the shoulders, but then he's a boss. He doesn't really need to lift a finger, right? Or he's the second boss. Okay. Now, the second accessory that I really like is the pistol, and it goes well into the holster. There we go. It slots right in. Really, really nice. Really, really well. Okay. Or you can put it in his hand because it's got that, trigger finger action going on. And then this is the golden briefcase, supposedly either with the launch codes of Cobra weapons, or maybe even Cobra gold reserves, or what have you, or their money stash. It builds the look. There we go. And nothing says pimped out than purple sunglasses. Where are we? There we go. Okay. There we go. Ta-da-dang. Now, this is our first G.I. Joe figure, the first one that we've opened, and I'm already impressed. Okay? I'm already impressed. So let's do a review. Apart from the articulation having some limitations because of the accessories, it's still pretty cool. First impression, I wasn't too excited about Destro. Maybe that's the reason why we opened with him, okay? Because I wanna get the disappointment out of the way. But this is a pleasant surprise. First impression was like, too cartoonish, too caricature. But it went so over the top. It became fascinating and amusing over the top. Not the annoying over the top, or come on, throw the toy out, right? So, first impression was, but it grows on you. Okay, price point, G.I. Joes are probably one of the least expensive collectibles out there in the market now. When I say that, I mean that this is about $30 each figure for the basic figures. The bigger ones, the toys with the G.I. Joes with the vehicles, or with smaller or bigger accessories, coming around maybe less than $100, okay? Maybe $70, $80. The HasLab, arguably so, are going to be quite expensive because they're HasLab. And imagine a tank that could fit 6 figures. How huge is that? And I'm really excited to open that. But as far as Profit Destro is concerned, this one I think sold for about $15, for maybe $15, $16. It was even on sale a few years last year. It was selling for about $900 a pop, 900 pesos a piece. Until you go to toy convention, it's going to cost you about 700, because nobody really appreciated Profit Destro because he was not the classic Destro. Okay, so price point, top notch, top notch, especially if you can get him on sale. Uh, Shelf appeal, okay. You stand him beside Cobra Commander, and he's gonna look out of place. But if you stand him beside probably the Dreadnoks or the other more colorful, uh, Cobra characters like the Iron Grenadiers, for example. Let's see. I think we have an iron. Oh, there we go. Okay, this is an Iron Grenadier, uh, Cobra Iron Grenadier, and the colors on the back would really match him. So we'll probably do something with this when we open and blend him with Prophet Destro. But yeah, I mean, it's a toy. It's fantasy. It's a good, it's a good start to the collection. Okay. Of course, when we talk about integrity or loyalty to the source material, not so. This was not an original Destro. This does not have the original colors, but it's still an amusing take on this particular character. So, let's do a final review. And all things considered, with all this flamboyance seeping through his pores and just flowing through his veins, is he cool? Is he not cool? Is he totally cool? I'd say he's cool. Not there yet. Not there yet. He grows on you. But the first impression really just gets you stuck. But as he grows on you, you realize, hey, a little variety doesn't hurt. So with that, we thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, hit that bell button so you can get notified for future episodes. Follow us on TikTok and Facebook. And remember, guys, toys are not just cool, they're totally cool. So happy collecting. Bye-bye.